lock it in. Yeah, it's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Are you ready to be entertained, educated? A little stimulation for your brain. Lock it in. Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to laugh? Are you ready to love? Then lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show.
I put one of them together with no problem. The other one still sitting in the garage. She said, "I'm supposed to post it bigger." She went out to the garage today. Well, what you gonna do with this bad money? Man, you told me my sister was gonna pick that up. So Paul was in your world. What you gonna do with it? What was you gonna say with me? Now she mad at me, not because we got bad money, no, we got to figure out what to do, but she mad at me because my phone was off. So now we got to have another 45 minutes conversation about my phone, and the situation still ain't solved. And the best friend still sitting in the garage.
What's up,
What's up, y'all? Welcome into the favorite evening. I have no idea what the hell we was listening to.
Nah, it was talking about the guy in the relationship
with
his wife. Everybody want to be in a marriage until you start having petty arguments.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the show. It's your boy Joe Lockett, your favorite evening ride on the digital network of the airways of Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, X. We appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for locking in. Go ahead and hit that like button wherever you're at. TikTok, let's get these likes up. We got up to like 15, 20,000 yesterday. I appreciate you guys. It doesn't cost anything. You're saying you can't hear anything. Okay. Can y'all hear now? Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? Denise, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? Can y'all hear?
They can't hear nothing.
You still can't hear anything?
Let me see. Well, I can't even see.
Huh?
I can't even see. I shut down the whole little camera. So
yeah. So John, you said you can hear me. Okay, John, you can hear me. Okay, I thought I'm like I don't know why y'all can't hear me. Okay, so y'all can't hear me. Okay. I can hear. Rachel says you can hear. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, I was thinking. I'm like, okay, I'm not for sure. All right. Thank you guys. All right. Hit the like button. Let's get it in, y'all. All right. Welcome into the evening show, y'all. We got a lot to get into today. Nephew, what's going on? Denise, please come back. Just reboot your phone. Not for sure why you couldn't hear, but everybody else can. So something there on your end. That's good. But y'all, it's Thursday. It's 2 days before my birthday. Man, Denise took me out yesterday.
How did that go?
Oh man, it was fun.
What did y'all eat?
We ate. I got one of them big old bags of shrimp, potatoes, corn, and eggs in it. So I got all shrimp and sausage. Ooh. And I got it like really hot.
What was that? Bags of shrimp.
You know, it's one of those places where you can get like hot, mild, spicy, and you can get crab legs, shrimps, all that stuff in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I know what you got. I can't think of the name right now, but I know what you got.
But I took a picture, man, because the thing came in like this big old bag, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna post it tomorrow when I get my phone back. But it came out in this big old bag, right? So I took a picture with it. I'm squeezing it like a booty, right? I'm squeezing on it, right? And then here's the crazy part.
When I open that, what you thinking of when you eating food?
Man, listen.
I got questions.
I got answers. Listen, I am he is I. But anyway, hey, listen, you asked her. But here's when I opened up the bag. When I opened the bag, it's like a bunch of steam came out, so my glasses got all fogged up.
Oh, that's how you know it's good.
Yeah, it was good.
That's how you know
it was good. It was good.
It's gonna be bomb.
You know what I'm saying?
Steam up like
bruh. And when I did it, Denise had caught it on camera, and my glass all steamed. It was so cool, bro. It was so cool. She sat there and we ate and we drank, bro. I couldn't even eat all my doggone food, but I'm still chopping on that, and I'm getting ready to go out again tonight. So
Oh, you just been going out every day.
Listen, man, when you're single, you can go out every night and celebrate your birthday. And then on my birthday, I probably ain't gonna even come home. If I can find my home. I know when I go out Saturday night, I'm leaving here in the Uber.
Oh, okay. Stay safe.
Yes, sir. I'm leaving. I'm definitely leaving in the Uber. I I don't want nobody attempting to drive up Saturday night. Okay. I done took, bro, listen.
I mean, hey, it's your birthday. Enjoy yourself.
54. You ain't gonna never see it again. So you know what I'm saying? I'm going to enjoy myself. But y'all, make sure if y'all got time, come on out to Filter Coffee Parlor. We doing a gathering. You know, everybody come out, say hello, happy birthday to me. Show some love, take some pictures. It's gonna be from 10 to 12. It's just like I said, stop by, say hello, meet Keisha, meet the team, man. Just say hello to us, right? We appreciate you guys for that. And if you guys there, man, you don't have to buy me a gift. Just buy a cup of coffee from the shop. You do me a favor, just buy a cup of coffee from them. You know what I mean? So I would definitely appreciate that. Just buy a cup of coffee. I just want to see my friends. And I figure, you know, if I can get my friends to stop by on their way doing whatever they got to go do, to stop by the Filter Coffee Parlor for a few seconds just to give me a hug and say, I love you, happy birthday. That's all we need. We ain't going to be out there trying to party. We ain't going out there trying, you know, you ain't got to stay all day, get dressed up. Just come as you are. Okay? Just come on by. I have to say happy birthday today. I live in another state. Oh, Denise, that's fine. Thank you. We're going to be on air tomorrow also, but it's all good. But thank you so much. Today on the show, y'all, we got a lot to get into. One of the things I'm going to be getting into after entertainment news is it okay about the baby mama and the baby daddy and certain things going on between the baby mama and the baby daddy when you're married? I ain't gonna get to the particulars to after entertainment news because I want y'all answering the questions. But
you good? We can kind of go into it because all it was is just politics today.
Oh, I don't want to do politics.
Yeah, we ain't got no type of news. Happy birthday to what's her name? I just seen her.
Who you talking
about?
Happy birthday,
she was with the with Bad Boy, the female in the group.
Total.
No, not that's
Faith?
the group. That's the group.
Faith?
Not Faith. She rapper. Lil Kim. God dog. There we go. Happy birthday to Lil Kim. She turned 50 today. So she part of the 50 club.
Lil Munchie Cheat.
Hey,
hey, Lil Kim.
But that's the only one. I mean, literally outside of that, it's nothing but politics for today. I have no news. I have no news.
Let's not do politics because that's just going to be a Debbie Downer. So
yeah,
let's just leave that alone.
So we can go ahead and get into it.
All right, guys. So welcome into your evening ride. So how you doing, nephew? Your mom's like she had a great time on the show yesterday, man.
She did.
Yeah. Well, what's wrong with you?
Man, I mean, she had a good time.
You didn't like mom being on the show?
Mama was fine on the show. I didn't mind her being on the show.
Okay. But you know you ain't got no say-so in it.
So? What you mean?
I'm just saying, you know, so if you didn't want her back, she's coming back anyway. That's all I'm saying.
Wait. So y'all just gonna bring her here against Wills?
You know, it's 2-3. You got outvoted.
2-3.
Denise, me, and you. And so Denise and me decided that she can come back. So your vote don't count.
Oh no.
You got outvoted, bro.
All right, bro.
You know, majority wins, sir.
Well, look, she looked like she had a good time.
She did.
I'm glad she had a good time.
Yeah. And NECA seemed like she had a good time too.
She did. She
good.
did seem like she had a good time.
Yeah,
she said she got to come back up here. So
well,
shout out to NECA.
Yeah, that's our associate producer. Thanks for having her on the show. She actually helps produce the Keisha and Joe show in the morning. So thank you so much for that. The Locking in Me this building, man. You know, our sound, our videos are better now. Our sound is in point. Our lighting is better. But you know something? We ready. But it took us what? About 6 months? See, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, about 10. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. 9 months.
Oh, God, dog.
Took us 9 months.
Oh, that feel weird. I ain't think it was that long.
It's been 9 months, bro, since we went into podcasting. But we got everything. It took us a while to get it figured out. But here's the thing: our audience stuck with us through, you know, the bad lighting, the bad sound, the bad glitches in the internet, you know, and we figured all that stuff out, man. So
one couch, two couch, red couch, blue couch.
Yeah, man. Hey, we changed up a lot. But the changes that's coming up now is just going to be improvements and different things happening within the show. So, guys, thank you guys so much for that. We appreciate you. All right, so I want to get into this today, y'all. Let's talk. So, nephew, and for the married folks out there, is it okay for, and this is going to go two ways. So before y'all get the answering, it's going to be a woman part and it's going to be a male part. Okay. It's going to be fair. It's going to be fair to them. Just ain't going to do one side. It's not going to do one side, America. So,
because we usually one side.
We usually one side, but this one here would be so bad that I think people will probably get pissed off about it. So is it okay if a husband is still is giving his baby mama birthday gifts, Mother's Day gifts, and still giving her money if she needs it? Your husband, is that okay?
And that's the baby mama?
It's the baby mama. It's not taken away from the house. It's not taken away from the house. But is it okay if your husband is still giving the baby mama a birthday gift, Christmas gift, Mother's Day gift, and he gives her money if she needs a little bit money, needs some money? Is that okay? Is that okay, ladies and gentlemen? Is that okay? And the money is not being taken away from the house. Okay, it's not being taken away from. It's not not causing any effect to paying bills, not doing anything. But he still, is doing small things for his child's mom. Is that okay? The other side of this, ladies, is it okay if you're married and your ex is still giving you Mother's Day gifts, birthday gifts, Christmas gifts? Is that okay?
What, for the ladies?
Yeah.
For the ladies now?
Yeah, for the ladies. Is it okay for and just say her baby father is giving her, Mother's Day gifts, and she getting money from him every once in a while, right? From the baby daddy. She married, but she still can call him and get money when she needs something. He's still giving her money.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's the baby daddy.
That's the baby daddy. Same thing, but the baby daddy, right? But she married. But you married now. You got a whole husband at home. But your husband, you still accepting gifts from the baby daddy. Still accepting the gifts on Mother's Day, Christmas, and every once in a while, you'll call him, and if you need something, you come up a little short. Your husband tell you you get money from him. Is that okay? Let's get into it, y'all. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Is that okay? Is it okay? People saying no. That leaves the door open. No. Money for the kids, yes, but the rest, no. So what y'all telling us?
Yeah. Are we determining where this money is directed to, or is it just money that
it's just money, bro? I mean, you can tell your wife is for the kids or whatever it is, but on Mother's Day you give her a gift. That ain't for the kids. On birthdays you give her a gift.
It's some dudes that do that.
I know people who do it, but I'm saying
it and just be out of it's
the guy
moment to my kids.
It's the guy out of pocket. Because one of my friends, this is the reason why I'm asking this question, because he's going through a situation right now that his wife seen his phone and seen a cash app going to his baby mama, right? And then she went back through the history of it and seen that he has been sending her money from time to time, right? Mm-hmm. And she's asking him, okay, so why didn't you tell me that I was sending money? What you were sending money to her? And he was like, I don't need to tell you that I'm sending money to my baby mama.
Yeah, right.
So that's another question. Do a man need to tell his wife that he's sending money to his baby mama? Do he need to explain that?
His baby mama?
If she got kids by him and he's cash apping her money every time she call you, do you need to run that by your wife? Ladies, I'm asking, do you need to run that by your wife?
God, dog, I don't know.
You say yes?
I don't know.
Honestly, it's saying the best policy.
Yeah, I'd be honest about it. Now, me being honest, probably not taken away from me still being a problem. But I really don't know.
I would never sign on for this, but when she runs short for the kids, of course, they're just keeping the lines of communication open. Absolutely.
That's keeping lines of communication open.
So
I mean,
it's
your baby mama. You can't not communicate.
So as a
with
grown man, what y'all telling me, what y'all saying is, ladies, that anytime as baby mama call, I need to let you know she called, and I need to run it by you before I run her some money. Is what y'all saying?
It's gonna be wild because
I'm asking the question.
It's not gonna be applied the other way, and she gonna wish you would.
Like I said, I'm just asking the question. I'm asking the question because
it's not gonna be applied the other way.
Y'all say y'all keeping the doors open, right? I want to know. So every time this man got kids by this woman, right? If she asks for $50, $100, or whatever, right? $30, whatever she's asking for, and before he run that money to her, he need to run that by you. Is what y'all telling me.
Yeah, and let's be honest, the door is never really gonna be closed. It's his baby mama.
Exactly, the door never closed with the baby mama, bro. I mean, no matter how you look at it, the door ain't closed. But
I can't close the door. Listen, my kids is gonna stop me from closing the door.
Again, like I said, I'm asking the question, right? If this man he got to check, should he check with his wife to send his baby mama money? What? Not asking for permission, just letting me know. Okay. So
a slick dude to be like, ain't they the same thing? But I got you.
No, I mean, if she said just let her know, yes. But here's the thing, I'm not finna go into no whole detail with you about why I'm sending her money, and I'm not going to let you question me about how many times I'm sending her money.
Got a question? Would you be petty and you'll let her know, but it's after the fact? Would you let her know in the midst of doing it?
For me, bro, it really would depend on.
It would depend on.
It really depend on, because if it's my baby mama and I know I ain't got nothing going on, but she called me and we got a decent relationship with the kids and she needs something, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and send the money as long as it's not interrupting what I got going on with the family here. Because if I'm paying child support, I'm paying child support. But if the kids need something, right? Because 9 times out of 10, the baby mama gonna say it's for the kids, and maybe for her anyway, but she says for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as it's not interrupting what I got going on at home, right? I'm gonna go ahead and handle my business. But I'm asking y'all. So just want to make sure you said they were married. Yes, they're married. They're talking about the wife.
Yeah. You're married.
You're married, and you're a husband,
baby mama or a baby daddy.
Yep.
That whenever you ask, they send the money.
Yeah. Because I've seen this. Women married with a whole husband at home, got a baby daddy.
And he's sending it over too.
Listen, and this happens more than not.
This is common.
I'm
not even
very common.
I can't. It's common.
And women don't tell their husband that they asked their baby daddy for some money. Okay, women don't tell. When women listen, when I say a lot of ladies, it's a lot of women that do this. We're married with a whole husband, but she got kids with somebody else. When she wants something and she can't get it at home, when it comes to financials, she's running up on old boy Cash App, and he sends it to her. Fellas, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. But I'm asking, is that wrong? Because I'm seeing women saying you should let her know. Women, shouldn't y'all let your husband know that you're asking your baby daddy for money for the kids? And the question is, did you ask when you ask for that money, did you talk to your husband first? We're starting out how we're going to finish. No, Erica's basically saying at the end of the day, she's going to, the way they start the relationship out is, how they talk about it, that's how they're going to go do it.
So, like, they talk about how the baby daddy or the baby mama get.
So let me ask you this question: Can the baby daddy, can your husband buy the baby mama a gift for her birthday, and for Mother's Day, and for Christmas?
Mother's Day, you can get away with it. As Mother's Day, if you got that type of rapport with your baby mama, y'all just know
what's up, Aunt.
Y'all ain't gonna be a thing, but you got a good rapport and y'all co-mingling really, really good.
Yeah.
I can see you dropping, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and give you this Mother's Day card, or hey, I got this little Mother's Day basket. I'm sending it home with the kids. Happy Mother's Day.
Hey, sunshine.
Or you send over hey, a happy Mother's Day, something, a
Right.
gesture.
Right.
I can get the Mother's Day stuff.
What about Christmas and
holidays? You going out your way. You going out your way on Christmas and
but what
holidays.
if you still got love for your baby mama though?
You can have,
but you got love for her.
I'm sure my dad and my mom still have a love for each other. They not sending birthdays and holiday gifts. They're not doing that because that's a different type of gesture. At least I would think that's a different type of gesture. You going out of your way on the birthday. You going out of your way on Christmas. There's already too much going on Christmas. Cool. Maybe depending on the way you send it out, you can ink it away, but it's still going to be received like.
So let me ask you a question then. So let me ask you a question then. So would you be okay? You married to your wife, she got kids with another man. On her birthday and on Christmas, she getting presents from him. Would you be okay as a man? As a husband?
Me personally, or just
no, you personally. You personally. No, I'm not having fun with you personally. You married to this woman. She got kids with this guy. They cool. You know him.
Depending on how to give his gift.
But he still every Christmas, every birthday, he's still giving her gifts.
Depending on how
and it's nice gifts.
Depending on how to give his gift.
What do you mean have his gift?
If you give it, there's a way to give a gift. There's a way to give a gift.
Okay. I get what you're saying. For me, it's how she opened a gift up when I see her.
Hey, that's being petty. Hey, that's being petty.
Right. Hey, is it? I don't mind.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. As much as I know that's being petty, I can't say I disagree with how you saying it.
So, bro,
because if I see you living through his gift,
you open up and you open up my gift, and his gift better than my gift.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't care about them giving you no gift.
We're gonna have a real good one-on-one.
But y'all saying what is marriage for?
We gotta chop a fade, bro. Real quick, just a little
Mother Day gift out of respect, but birthday, Christmas, y'all saying no. We don't have those open cracked doors. But see, y'all keep saying open cracked door. Listen, I don't. Y'all may look at it as that, right? And I get maybe y'all have been burnt on some of that stuff, but everybody ain't on that same line that y'all are. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in that same kind of conversation. People can actually be cordial and buy birthdays gifts and Christmas gifts. It don't always have to be the hanky-panky stuff. I mean, I think we live in a society now. If somebody does something nice, like if you, like my ex-wife, my first ex-wife, if we were still in contact and I was married, I would still be cordial to her and be glad to give her a birthday gift or give her a Mother's Day gift or whatever. I don't have any kids with her, but I wouldn't mind buying her a birthday because we cool. She's still like if we was in contact, we still would be cool.
Okay,
we still would be cool, right? And I would never want to be with a woman that's insecure, because I'm not going to be insecure with you. I'm not going to be insecure with you and your man. If you got a baby daddy, right? I'm not insecure. Whatever relationship y'all had. If y'all gonna do something, regardless of the gift. Damn the gift. You know what I'm saying? If y'all gonna get buck wild, y'all gonna get buck wild. So my thing is, if y'all cool like that, as long as I see what I see, and I understand that, I don't have a problem with it. That's just me. I don't care if my wife get gifts from her baby daddy.
Depending on how they do it, though.
Yeah,
I'm all in on how you do it. You can give somebody something they always wanted.
I think insecurity, Denise, I'm gonna disagree with that. I think insecurity does have a lot to do with it, right? Because again, if I know you, why am I worried about him giving you a gift? Because one or two things are gonna happen from my wife. She's gonna say thank you or no thank you. I'm not insecure. I'm gonna leave that in your ballpark. If my wife loves me,
thank you to what?
To the gift from her baby daddy, right?
Oh, okay.
That again, that's on her. I don't need to tell a grown ass woman what to do. You my wife, but you can either accept that gift in jest as a friend, but if you know if it's coming with malice or you know if it's coming with intentions, it is my wife's responsibility to turn that away. I got to trust you. You see what I'm saying? So I'm secure enough in my marriage to trust you to know how he's coming, and you're not going to accept anything.
You slick. I like how you word that.
But I'm just being honest, bro. But I'm being honest. If I'm married to a woman, right, I am not going to be insecure about her baby daddy giving her a gift on Mother's Day or whatever. Because again, if I trust her and love her, If she know that it's coming with some BS and she loves me, what's she gonna do? I can't take that. I'm married. It shouldn't take me to tell you that you can't take that gift. And the same thing with the man, right? If he know what he's doing, has other intentions with it, bro, you wrong for that. And if the baby mama think that that's what that is, she should turn it down.
But just like how you said that though, the person that's sending out the gift might be sending out that gift.
I didn't word that slick. Y'all just ain't ready for this show. I told y'all read what the title said. Y'all ain't ready. I told y'all, let's go.
But like I said though, a lot of folks that send out that gift, they know what that gift means when they giving it out.
Okay, but
that's why I said it really does depend.
Actions don't always have consequences, Erica. See, and Erica, you know, I got love for you, but everything does not end badly. It does not. Everybody don't have bad intentions.
I ain't read what she said.
You know, she just said actions have consequences. So what I'm saying is, I get what she's saying. That's on the worst bad case scenario. Shit happens.
Consequences ain't always inherently bad.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Are you secure with the man that you married? Or do you trust your husband? If he gave the man that you're with, let me ask you, ladies, the man that you're with, do you trust him? If he tell you, I'm giving Linda, right, or Shanika a gift for her birthday, we go get it together and I'm giving it to her, or I'm buying her a birthday gift or a Christmas gift or whatever, right? Are you secure enough with your husband to trust him? Why are you doing it? Because she's take care of my kids. She's a good woman. So I'm buying her a gift. You know about it?
Have ripple effects though.
But what ripple effects would it have if you're secure with your husband? He's sharing everything with you.
We can be secure all day. That's not what I'm
speaking go ahead.
Towards. And that might be what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. If you're a person and is uncomfortable, bothered by something, that's a problem. If I'm married to a woman and she's uncomfortable with it, we can't be married. Because again, she have to, like right now, my situation at home, right? There are people that come in and out of my house, right? That got codes to my crib. If I'm married, you think they're gonna change? No. If a woman that I'm dating got a problem with that, we can't be together. You see what I'm saying? Because she may say, you know, our home is our home. Our home is our sacred space. You know, I don't want everybody just coming in and out and have a code to my house. Well, we can't be together because you don't live the same lifestyle that I do. Now, I understand, you know, birds of a feather flock together, but I'm not going to crap on her lifestyle, but I'm not going to let what she wants, you know, stop me from what I do in my life.
So what she wants don't matter?
It won't work. It's not what it won't matter. It just won't work with me. You're not going to tell me nephew can't come to my house when it's time for to do the show and he got, you know, access to the house and do what he need to go do. And a couple other people who have access to my house, right, that they can't do that anymore because now we're married. I'm going to say no. If you're not ready for the lifestyle that I have, right, that's fine. I'm not ready for, I'm not going to the lifestyle that you have, and so we're not compatible.
Well, I'm sure there'll be some like type of compromise.
That's not single thinking.
Yeah, that'll be some type of compromise.
Somebody said that's single thinking. That's not single thinking. I'm a businessman, right? I run my business out of my home. So at the end of the day, I have people that do things when I'm not here, right? So they have access, you know, to be able to go do certain things when I'm not here because they, you know, when the show is going and I'm not here, it's because he have access, right?
So you would compromise with that, right?
What's the compromise?
Because I understand what
the only compromise my wife would get is all the females that I had coming to the house or the females that have access. Of course, that's over with. But my staff, no, that's no compromise.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, like, think about if I was to abuse it in some type of way where
it was a relationship, a business arrangement
here beforehand.
My business pays for our lifestyle, so yes, a relationship is a business arrangement. Yes, all day long. Yes. Let me start with the press. Yes, a relationship is a business arrangement. Yes, it deals around business all the time. Yes, it's a business arrangement. Yes, because when you leave, you want equity. You want assets. Yes, it's a business arrangement. Yes, marriage is one of the biggest business arrangements in the world. What y'all talking about? That's the biggest business in the world. Marriage is a business all day long. It is a business arrangement because you go in and making sure that assets is in place. And when you leave, you want to divide the assets or you want more than you think you deserve and you trying to go get it. So yes, marriage is a huge business. Yes. Obviously you wouldn't have nephew walking in your wife's home. It's my home too. What are you talking about? It ain't just my wife's home. It's my home. And like you said, Erica, we would have the conversation up front. If she made it to my wife, she would know what nephew does. And if she ain't with that, she wouldn't marry me. You know what I'm saying? Bro, again, listen. The only thing
there's some compromise that would be involved.
Bro, the way you handle your business, there's no compromise need to be involved. I'm just being honest. You don't just pop up. You come in at a certain time, you leave, you take care of things. I'm
only speaking to however she would view it. Yeah, I would come in if we using me realistically.
Yeah,
I would come in when I come in.
Yeah,
but if let's say for instance I was the type to abuse the freedom I do have,
if I wasn't there, he still can be here. Nephew could be in my house with my wife. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. Listen, I don't have a problem with a man being in my house with my wife. I have never had a problem with that. Even when I was married before, I don't have a problem. My baby dad, when I was married to my ex-wife, her baby daddy used to be at my house when I wasn't there. So I'm not that guy, y'all. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't have a problem with a man being at my house with my wife. I do not. Listen, I'm the most secure guy in the world. If y'all are gonna do something, y'all gonna do something. But I'm not gonna sit here and stop people from doing what they gotta go do. So I've never had a problem. Even when I was married to my second wife, her baby father, we talked. He would call me and say, hey man, I'm going to go pick up, little man. All right, cool. I ain't there, bro. Go ahead. Right. I said, go on inside. He in the back there, right? So I would come home. He back there talking with his son, playing with his son, whatever. She's in the living room or in the kitchen cooking. Man, I done came home that, they in there sitting down eating, everybody eating. I don't have a problem with none of that. Because like I said, me and him is on the same page and I'm Joe Lockett at the end of the day. So if anything's going to go on, if something's going to go on, but I'm not going to be insecure. That's just my word for it. To thinking that if he comes over there, he's trying to screw my wife, or he's trying to get something going back on. They can do that regardless at the end of the day. So I don't have a problem with a man being in my house, because here's the thing. It ain't the man that I need to trust. It's my wife.
Okay. But this is what I say.
No, but hold on. If you're in my house with my wife, who do I need to trust more? You or my wife? You trust my wife.
Yeah.
If you act inappropriately in any type, shape, form, or fashion, right? She should tell me, correct?
Yeah.
And I need to address that with you in front of her, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So it won't be, if it ain't nothing, it won't be nothing.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
Because with your example with you and your baby mom and the you and your wife and the baby
my
dad,
ex-wife.
The ex-wife.
I ain't got no wife.
Either way, y'all still had a compromise. From all the situations that you told me, at least from right now, what you was explaining it, guess who was always around?
She was?
No, the kids.
Yeah.
The kids was.
Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't have a reason to be there.
He would have, with it being the kids.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you would feel a different way if he was just over there and they did not have kids. And this was just her ex.
Bro, why we need to be there though?
Exactly.
But we're talking about with kids.
No, but I mean, the premise was you
with kids,
with yourself, with how you feel self-consciously, you wouldn't have a problem with because being at home with your wife.
Yes, because
I'm saying the compromise to that situation. That's why I was going back to compromise.
Okay, but
there was a compromise in that situation.
I don't mind you being here with my wife.
I wouldn't be here with your wife.
No, but I'm saying if you're here and I'm not here, and you coming in, I'm out for a week to come do the show, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Hold on. That's the other compromise, though. That's the underlying compromise that should be known.
Yeah, sure.
If I'm here and your wife is here, I'm working.
Okay, but I'm not gonna have a problem with you being here with her.
I'm not here to chill. I'm here to work.
Okay, but again, and when a man came to my house, I'm not saying I'm not gonna let her ex come in and chill with my wife. No, like I said, he's there for a purpose, bro.
Yes, there for a purpose.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but
leisure.
No, nobody will come. But what they're saying is that even if with that situation, they wouldn't allow that. That's what they're saying. I'm not talking about just your man popping up, you talk to and come chilling at the house. No, we're not going to do that, because I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, for as work wise and with kid wise, I don't have a problem with it. I've done it, so I can speak on what I'm saying. Right? I can stand 10 toes down on business on everything that I'm talking about. Right? Because I've done it. Right? Okay. I never had a problem with the baby daddy coming over to the house at all. Right? Like I said, it's been times when I came home and everybody was in there chilling and she had cooked and everybody was cool. I don't have a, like I said, I'm not insecure. I look at it as being insecure.
But that's being insecure past the understood compromise.
But the compromise
would be the kids. If that's your baby mama, baby daddy, and they're there with your spouse, that would be the compromise to lead off with. If anybody going past that, or if anybody's feeling more self-conscious about that for something that's not happening, that's when you can start saying there could be some whatever it is that you want to call it. But just one-on-one with somebody without any clear purpose to be there, I can look at that like this.
Okay. I'm gonna take it a step further. There was a couple of times where my stepson was at home and him and her needed to talk about a situation about him, and she went over to his house. I ain't have a problem with that.
With the son? Or just them?
Just them. And the son was at my house.
Oh.
Because they need to talk. And so she said, they're gonna go over here, and they had a conversation. I didn't want to be a part of it. So she said, well, it's okay if I go over such and such house and we have this conversation. And they had a conversation in this house. Again, bro, I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, I gotta trust my wife. See,
man, you flexing trust real good on that one.
But it ain't about trust. But this ain't about trust.
You flexing trust,
bro.
Real
But see, this is what I'm telling y'all. Do you trust your wife or your husband or not?
Okay.
Do you trust your wife?
Let me ask this then.
Sure.
Cool. I ain't gonna argue that.
No, but I'm saying,
do you trust your spouse?
If you trust your spouse and they tell you they're going to go do something, you trust your spouse. If you see,
but a lot of folks, I would like to think. I would like to think a lot. Maybe not a lot. I know for me personally, it ain't so much of the trust factor as it is y'all playing with me. And for me, I'm not one to be made look any type of way.
And again,
not if I can see it. Not if I can see it.
But like I said, bro, this is why I wouldn't marry, and I did marry a woman that I had them kind of ifs about. You see what I'm saying? That's why I handle business the way I handle business with him and her. It was very clear up front. I didn't bullshit with nobody. The door is open for everybody to do what they want to do. But at the end of the day, if there's anything that goes on and y'all do something, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got something going on. Because I had a conversation with him, had a conversation with her, and I had a conversation with them together. Everybody knew what time it was.
But I do, hold up, but I'll frame it like this though. Because I'm pretty sure me and you have heard situations, especially in social media today, where we'll hear from a woman and she'll have went through a similar type of transition with her spouse and whoever else it was, right? And in the midst of that, the understanding was passed and people still made her to look a certain type of way where she'll say, yo, ain't so much the fact that you did it, it's how you make me look.
Bro, don't nobody give, I don't give a damn.
And it shows less respect.
Bro, if I'm worrying about what y'all think about how I look with my wife, I'm a damn fool. That's my wife. I don't give a damn what y'all think. My mama, her mama, I could care less.
I'm pretty sure you would care how your wife is making you look.
Bro,
it's not so much about how folks is viewing y'all.
No, if my wife
more than how the person you trusted
if
is
my
making
wife
you look
if my wife is being honest and handling her business, and somebody saw the way she's handling her business, it looks suspect. I could care less.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, what are you talking about, dude?
Handling your business is cool. I'm handling your business. It gives you an alibi, and it also offers proof, especially if you actually handling your business. But for leisure time, that can't always be proof. For moments that can't always be valid.
But
that's what I'm saying.
To be.
Cool, you can validate your own trust. I ain't saying you're doing wrong, Joe. But I'm saying, as far with other people, how they would feel about the situation. It ain't always about, you know what I mean, the fact that they did it or not. But a lot of folks wouldn't want to be caught in that way.
But why would
a relationship they handle privately?
But bro, why would married folks be worried about what other people think, how they handle their business?
Because most folks in marriages like to handle their business privately.
Okay, then we handle it privately. And when somebody asks you what's going on, it's none of your damn business, and keep it moving. Handle it privately. If you handle your business privately, you handle it privately. Like I said, do you trust your wife? Do you trust your husband? I don't need to trust him. I don't need to trust the other dude. Do I trust my wife? Because like I said, if anything is going on the opposite end of the spectrum, my wife needs to be the one to say, hey, no, I'm coming home. This ain't what I talked about. I'm leaving. and then don't do it anymore. She's the stopping factor, not him. So basically what people are saying is you don't trust your spouse enough to be in that situation because they may slip. Is what you're saying.
I mean, a lot of folks, we said that yesterday, you slip out slide and it's a water park.
But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So let that be clear. You don't trust your spouse. Just be very clear about that. If that situation is, and you say, well, I feel uncomfortable with that, it's because you don't trust your spouse. People may say, well, it's about respect, it's about respect. That's fine. But if your spouse said that's what they need to do to handle their business, that's your wife or that's your husband. I mean, why not trust them?
Let me ask this. How many advances do you think is going to be said no to you if you get pushed on?
I can only speak for
relay that to how many do you think would happen versus your wife?
I can only speak for what I went through. Advances for me when I was married was none and void. I can only speak for me.
Okay.
Because
Now, do you think you and your wife matched?
Yes, we did. Yes, me and my wife did.
As far as saying no to advances.
Everything, bro, that I trusted with my wife was right on point. Everything that I trusted was right on point. My ex-wife, I never saw any impropriety with her baby daddy, ever. There was never any question out of the 10 years we were together that her and her baby daddy was on the low doing something sneaky. Never had any, sneaky suspicions. That never happened between me and my ex-wife, ever. You know what I'm saying? That was, that just never happened. And the relationship that we had, like I said, the trust that I had, bro, I had to become a bigger person when I married a woman with a son. And I said, I have to put my ego to the side. I have to put everything to the side and figure this thing out. And that's what I did. I did what I felt was best. So that's why I said I handled the situation with him. I handled the situation with her separately and him separately. Then I talked to everybody and made sure everybody was clear where I was and what I was going through and what I was thinking, right? And so we're gonna let this game play out. If anything is any different, like I told both of them, I'm not asking any questions. I'm out. I'm done. I'm not gonna play games with y'all. It never happened, bro. Out of 10 years that we were together, her baby daddy was never my problem. Not one time, ever. And I'm speaking on everything that I love. Me and that dude still cool to this day. Never had an issue with him.
That's cool. I think for most folks, though, it wouldn't matter if it was the baby daddy or not so much as it is being in a situation where most folks would succumb to flesh. Especially
where you married the wrong person then.
I wouldn't say it's so much about marrying the wrong person. I can't hold everybody to my standard.
But bro, okay.
That's just me. I can't hold.
Okay, so
hold on. I'll let you cook. I can't hold everybody to my standard. So in knowing that, you might say it's not trusting. I'm also saying, I know that if I was in a situation, I can handle with saying no. I do not know if you are.
So why you married her?
I mean, that's
no. Why did you marry her if you don't think she can handle it?
I loved her, but
you loved her, but you don't love her enough when you trust her to handle a difficult situation.
Most folks ain't thinking that.
But what I'm saying is, but you're stating what I'm talking about. You married a person, but you don't trust them enough
that you trust in other avenues, and that y'all more than likely throughout the whole relationship haven't really went to where we had to deal with somebody in a predicament where that type of trust had to be flexed.
So why would you marry somebody if you don't know that you trust them in that manner?
Because if you're getting with somebody that you love and that you like off the rip, are you finna be messing around with other folks or being in predicaments where it can be confused on how you love them? Yeah. Like nobody, why would you do that?
Bro, if they got kids.
No. Take the kids out.
I'm only talking about responsibility. I'm only talking about kids.
But
I can't talk about if you ain't got no kids.
Stay on the one-dimensional about kids if they're only looking at the other person.
Well,
yes, they are the baby mama or the baby daddy. But guess what they're looking at before the mama or the daddy part is in there. That's the other person I was already with. That was the other person we already did something for, and there was chemistry. There was some type of connection, and they're back in it. It's not so much about the kids as it is about somebody else that's with my wife or husband.
But that's two different conversations.
No, it's not. It's part of the, it's part of the same conversation. It's just dynamics, Joe. We can't throw away dynamics because you want to stay on kids.
No,
a lot of folks is probably more upset about it being the other person than it is much about it being the baby mama daddy.
But if it's the other person, it's something totally different.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just another dynamic situation.
Okay, so then my wife would need
another dynamic. My wife would be the same situation if the kids wasn't there.
No,
it would be the same situation if the kids wasn't there.
If my wife is going over his house, she's going to talk about a situation for him and for the kids or graduation or school or college or whatever.
Cool.
Why would she hold on?
Your scenario.
Okay, so tell me
your scenario.
So again, my wife.
Your scenario.
Okay, no.
I mean,
we don't have kids. Why would my wife go to her ex house and have a conversation?
Exactly.
That's a different story.
Exactly.
That's totally two different conversations. That's
not,
totally
not,
two different.
Not for
that's
the person,
totally
not
two,
for the person that's not just viewing it as a kid there.
No, bro. That's
not
totally,
for them.
That's totally two different conversations.
No,
we're talking about kids, and
because
we're talking
the person that feel that type of self-conscious do not care that it's they baby mama or baby daddy,
bro.
They care that it's somebody that's not that's alone without kids in a situation where they're private and I'm not involved. That's what that self-conscious person is thinking about.
But
they're not just thinking about that's the baby mama and daddy talking.
If my wife need to spend time or have her ex come over to our house when I'm not there, and she need to go to his house when I'm not there, and they have no kids, bro, for what?
Exactly. For what? Why would you need to be talking privately? Where's the respect factor?
Like I said, these are two different conversations. That was a rhyme and a reason why, for my situation, that I allowed that. But there's no way that I'm married to a woman, but she still got content.
That's why I kept bringing it back to you, Joe. That's where y'all understanding was. For other folks, that could be a respect factor. That could be a why are you with my wife or husband alone, and there's no kids or anything else involved, and you going off the premise that y'all finna have a conversation?
But bro, nobody would want that.
That's a respect factor thing, though.
But
Joe.
that's not, bro. That's not even a respect factor. That's just stupidity. No, if you're married, bro, if you're married, come on now, with your husband or your wife, you don't need to go sit down and talk to your ex at their house about anything, and your ex don't need to come to your house and talk about anything unless your husband or wife is at home. That's not a conversation that need to be had. With kids, there's a possibility, but by yourself, I wouldn't even marry that woman.
Other folks would say it's not even a possibility then.
Okay, and so
because why are you talking to them alone? That's what I'm saying. For the person that's self-conscious,
like I said, but there's a reason. If you got a kid, that the conversation need to be had.
There could be a reason, but if I don't coincide with the reasoning, then I'm not going to see that like that's a difference. If I'm the type of person that feel that type of way and that is a respect line for me that you're crossing, regardless whether you was a baby mama or daddy or you just an ex, I'm looking at you as an ex.
But I'm gonna say to you, be respectful, bro. These are totally two different conversations because you're talking about,
not.
Bro. You're talking really about, not. But if
it's
you're
really
talking
not.
about a baby. If you got kids,
you think the conversation switches for somebody that's self-conscious enough about that,
bro,
or that for somebody that's a disrespectful line that's crossing? You think they care about whether it was a baby mama or daddy? Yes, they care that it's somebody alone with my spouse.
But bro, the conversation we're having is two different conversations.
Okay.
If you're having a conversation about mama, baby mama, and baby daddy, that's one conversation. If you want to have a conversation about if you don't have kids together and you catch your wife, your husband over there, you can have that conversation. Those are two different conversations. I understand your premise, but the conversations are different. Okay, so if you want to say, Joe, are you okay if she had no kids, they had no kids together, and she's over this guy's house, her ex's house?
I'm not relaying this only to you, Joe.
No, but I'm just saying anybody
else would not work.
Bruh,
No way do anybody else work that way.
Nobody that's married or single or done dated nobody is going to want their ex without any kids at somebody else's house alone. Nobody.
And very few people are going to want their ex that has a baby mama or daddy along with the other person that's the mama and daddy.
And then that's why,
And they're not there.
And then that part,
There's a good amount of people
so
that
like I
would
said,
not
like I
handle
said,
it that
and-
way,
and
Joe.
so we can have that conversation. And I would say, do you?
But that's
trust-
what I was saying.
No, stay on that conversation. Don't bring it just without the kids. If you're talking about that conversation, we can have that conversation. So that conversation we can talk about. So those people who say they don't trust, do you trust your spouse? Let's not entertain the two. I'm talking about the people.
Both of them will be if you trust your spouse. If you know they ain't doing nothing.
No, nephew. No, it's two different conversations.
That's dynamics.
No,
cool. You want to look at it as two different conversations.
Because it is.
I'm saying it's not, because we're only flexing dynamics to it, Joe. We're flexing the dynamics of either kids being there or kids not being there. I'm saying for anybody else, they would not handle it how Joe handles it, especially if there ain't kids there. But do you think they care that kids are involved? No, they won't. Because if they're self-conscious enough about that, or they feel like that's a degree of disrespect for you to be talking to your ex, regardless of if that's your baby mama or daddy, you talking to your ex alone without any other things involved and me? No, a lot of folks wouldn't handle it like that, Joe.
I'm not saying other people would, but then my question is, again, do you trust your ex? Do you trust your wife or your husband? That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying that people got to handle like me, but I'm asking you, do you trust your wife or husband? That's the question I would ask them. Do you trust them? Because you're saying that it makes you uncomfortable or disrespectful. What if disrespectful they told you? What if disrespectful you knew where they were? What if disrespectful you knew what was going on? What's the disrespect part? So if they told you, and you know, but hold on,
a lot of folks don't trust words.
But hold on,
but hold on, stuff from
okay. But what's disrespectful if your spouse is open to you, telling you what's going on, right? And say, hey, we need to handle this conversation, and like we're talking about with the kids, and we need to do this alone. Can you watch them such so we can have this conversation?
Yeah, you got to trust their word,
right? So, but what I'm saying is, for the people who say that's disrespectful, where's the disrespect? Number two, do you trust your wife or do you trust your husband?
I'm saying for the folks that felt that way, for the spouse that is getting left involved. A lot of folks will say, yo, it ain't no reason why I need to be alone with you if it ain't no kids being involved. If we need to talk, let's talk with the kids there. There's a lot of folks that move like that, especially if they view somebody that they respect with this other person and they cordial enough with these kids and the other spouse that they're not going to put that spouse in a predicament and the baby mama or daddy in a predicament to where it can even be confused. My example alone, I pick me in it. That's exactly how my mom and dad moved, especially my mom when it came towards my stepmom. It wasn't so much that they were doing anything. It wasn't so much that they was even interested in doing it. Shoot, if anything, if they did talk one-on-one, guess who was there? But her thing was, out of the utmost respect to her and y'all marriage, I'm not going to bring you in a predicament where me and you are alone and it can even be mistaken. Just offer the respect of how I view y'all image. Offer the respect on how I view y'all. And after the respect of how I view him, I don't want to put you in no predicament where you go home and it's trouble. Like, that's how they.
I mean, I understand it, but like you're absolutely right in what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. But everybody's still missing the question that I'm asking. Do you trust your spouse? I understand what it make you feel. But if your spouse asks you that question and said that's what they want to do you trust your husband or your wife?
I mean, that's the question.
You know what I'm saying? Because I see everybody dancing around what I'm saying, but it still don't alleviate the question that I'm asking. If the scenario pops up in your marriage, do you trust the person that you're married to? Because we can go back and say, well, you shouldn't put me there. You shouldn't have did this, or this is disrespectful. But if you marry the right person, and my wife came to me and said, hey, this is what this is. I need to do this. Give me the space to go do that. That's my wife. Do I trust you enough to go do what you're asking me that you say you need to go do? Because let's be honest, in certain situations, in certain times, certain things need to happen. Y'all can get mad about it and think things supposed to happen like a microwave, 3 seconds, and it's all said and done. But life don't work like that, y'all. And y'all know it don't. It's bullshit, right? Some things are complicated. Some things need to be talked out. Some things need to be explained. Sometimes you get into a marriage that you didn't know there was some shit going on, and it still need to be worked the hell out. And now you're married to this person, it got to be worked the hell out. So don't act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Don't act like all y'all have been in these situations and it's this cut and dry. And if he ain't doing this, I'm out of here, because y'all lying. Y'all lying like an MF. Y'all lying, right? There are situations everybody done dealt with, then put up with, they got mad about, then had an argument about, but you still went on with the relationship. What I'm saying is, when you're with somebody, do you trust them or you don't trust them? That's at the end of the day, regardless of however y'all handle it. Do you trust them to go do it, or do you not trust them to go do it? And if you don't trust them to go do it, my question would be, why are you married to that person? And a lot of people don't want to face that. A lot of people don't want to think about that. They want to go around to respect things. You shouldn't have did this. They wouldn't do this. That ain't right. I wouldn't be with this person. Come on now. Answer the question. Don't dance around it. Either you trust me or you don't. If I tell my wife I need to go do something, and I don't need you to be there, but I need to go handle this, and I need you to trust me, I need my wife to trust me.
That sound like you up to some no good,
Bro, listen. There are things.
That sound like you up to
There
no
are
good.
things when I was married that I had to do for us business wise, and some things I had to go do. It may not look right. It may not look well, but I told her. I explained everything to her. She knew all the moving parts of it was, but she knew that she couldn't come along with what I had to go do, and she had to trust me on how I had to roll with that. Right now, some of y'all acting like y'all will never do it, and y'all done it before. Because with the right dude or the right man, everybody will bend and go against their own, their own morals. Come on, like I said, I hear y'all flexing on social media, but y'all lying. Some of y'all lying. At the end of the day, life ain't always black and white. It always ain't cut and dry as you may want to make it with certain people. And again, what I learned through marriage was, do you trust this person? That's what my second marriage. And when I got into my second marriage, the first marriage, I was probably more like what nephew was talking about. No, I ain't gonna do that. No, she ain't gonna do that. No. But when I got to my second marriage, I was more mature. I had grown folks conversations, right? I tried to cover all bases. And yes, me and my ex-wife, we got a divorce, but it was not because of that. It had nothing to do with that, period. The trust that I had in her, the things that we did, the way we built that family, that dynamic had nothing to do with why me and my ex-wife got a divorce. Not one iota, nothing of that. That was actually probably one of the most strongest and the beautiful part of our family. Her baby father, my stepson's dad, a cool dude, man. You know what I mean? Had a rough start, but at the end of the day, man, I got the utmost respect for that dude. Now, I would say if she would have slipped, would he have slid? Of course he would. Of course he would have. I understood that. But I trusted her. But did I know what kind of dude he was, or if that was the chance, would he have done that? I'm pretty sure he would. I'm gonna say 7 times or 8 times out of 10, yeah, he would have. But I trusted my ex-wife. That's the honest God truth. I trusted my ex-wife, and like I said, that didn't happen. Me and her never had that situation. Whenever I walked in or heard a conversation or saw anything, everything was always about their son, or always about spending time or what was needed to be done. Or sometimes I walked in and the conversation was, here you go right here. And he was asking where I was. And so I talked to him, right? So like I said, for me, that's the way my situation rolled out. Everybody is human, and people could, for temptation fast. I think it's beyond trust. Hopefully you were more mature. Well, I think a lot of times, man, what I think a lot of people listen to the show today, nephew, and somebody wrote a diatribe over there. What the hell they write?
No, it ain't that.
Oh, ain't that? Okay.
It ain't that.
Okay. A lot of people, I think a lot of times when we're talking about this stuff, we want things to be perfect for us so we can feel comfortable. When you say we want to be comfortable, and so if we're uncomfortable, we throw a word out like disrespectful. We throw a word out like, "How could you do that to me?" Right? And I would ask the man or the woman, right? Were they disrespectful, or you just uncomfortable? You don't like the situation.
A lot of folks, yeah, you're right. A lot of folks don't want to be uncomfortable, but there is a lot of things that should go without saying, and there is a lot of stuff that folks won't bend on.
Mm-hmm.
Like we heard it earlier, as far as with you and your business and how you run through the house.
Mm-hmm.
There's something you're not gonna bend on. It's gonna be folks that come in and out. You gotta understand that.
Right.
It's part of my life.
Right.
A lot of other folks would be like, yo, there's some stuff I ain't gonna bend on.
Mm-hmm.
If it's gonna involve anybody that's an ex for you, then we're ex together. You're not ex alone.
I got you. That's fair.
So it's a lot of stuff for people where there's comfortability. I think the biggest point would be how you compromise on how you're going to be either uncomfortable or comfortable.
I would say in a relation, especially a marriage, I don't think anybody should be uncomfortable.
No, you're going to be.
I don't think the spouse should be uncomfortable, and I don't think the other partner should be uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Don't be in a marriage.
Period or
period.
Just
no. When it comes to things that's going to be ongoing, okay. So if you know you're gonna, thank you, Lady J, thank you so much for the heart, Lady J, and for the big heart. Thank you, Lady J. I appreciate that. Y'all keep hit the tap button, let's get up to 10,000. But I don't think a man or a woman should be uncomfortable in a marriage. I don't think you should stop doing things that make you happy or make you comfortable to make the other person comfortable. No, you need to find somebody that is equally compatible to what your lifestyle is, because they can be a good person, but y'all not compatible on lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? You can have a good dude or a good woman, but y'all just not compatible on how y'all live your life. One person may love being indoors, another person may like being outdoors. Guess what? Y'all would not make a good husband and wife. Let me say that again. If you got an outdoorsy wife and an indoorsy husband, y'all would not make a good wife. Even though she's a great woman, he's a great dude. Y'all marriage is going to be horrible.
that's
No.
dynamic.
No,
Those are dynamics.
Bruh, but those dynamics get you divorced. Your wife like to travel, he don't like to travel, but he's a good dude, he's a good woman.
That's different if they both giving each other a insight and are growing to show why the other could, or showing why the other may like.
Okay.
If they don't like it all, of course, they probably not even going to get to that stage. But a lot of folks have these grows to where it'd be like, alrighty, cool. I don't like to travel as much, but you make it fun. I don't like to travel as much, but the type of stuff you do, it don't feel like how I see it. And for a lot of other folks, it be a few people, because I know for me personally, I ain't the type of dude that even care about too much emotional stuff or simpy type of, you know what I mean, like rom-coms or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was with someone that got me into it. Off of the dynamics. I like, man, I don't want to do this crap. But she was like, yo, man, just try it. Out of somebody that I had a connection with. She's like, hey, man, just try it. You see this, yada, yada, yada. And then, you know, I found my own thing to love about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's something that you do. But if we going to do it together, let's put some of what I got into it with on it too. You know what I mean? And now we have something that we can connect with each other. It's your thing all day. But if it don't have to just be yours alone, I have something about that too. And we grew to do that. If I never tried it at all from her offering it, then by all means, we ain't a relationship no more, because I'm not even trying to compromise. I'm not even trying to get out of my comfort zone. I'm so fixed in on being where I like to be. And that's a spearheaded way of moving. And you'll knock out a whole bunch of potentials because you don't like to be out of your comfort zone.
And that's what, and what you just said is what I'm talking about, right?
Okay.
Most people, you marry somebody because they're good, and y'all may not be comfortable in certain areas.
Okay.
What happens in marriage is that those certain areas become prominent in your life. You want to do these now. You like doing these things, but this person never found a like for the music that you have. When you do this music, they're complaining about it, or they're never around. and you can't share that experience with that person. Now that becomes irritating to you. Before it wasn't, because other things in your life was important.
Mhm.
But now, as you get with this person, now this become more and more important to you, and now the things that's at your core and that's your hobbyism or what you do, right? You can't share that with the person that you love. And now you realize that this person would never come around and, as you would say, compromise to what you want to do because you accepted them for who they were.
Let me ask this: that person, ain't it on them to notice where someone is not really giving that effort, or where someone
most
is
people-
not trying
Bro,
to do that?
yes, it's 1,000% on them. But this is why I say it. Most people marry the good woman, the good guy, that everything lines up, and some of the things does not, it don't line up. That's why I made the comparison.
Uh-huh.
If you're an outdoor person and he's an indoor person, y'all are not going to last. Right? I've seen it happen too many times. And I'm being honest. I've seen this happen too many times where when you take him outdoors, he makes your outdoors miserable. When you stand in the house, you are miserable. Because in y'all mind, that's all he wants to do, or that's all she wants to do, and that ain't what you want to do.
And
It becomes a problem. Bro, many marriages hinge on this, what I'm talking about. Right? You're not comparable in small things. Great husband, great daddy, great mom, great wife. But y'all together are mud and water of spending time together.
but that's on y'all for not recognizing dynamics.
But those dynamics wasn't as important because she was a good woman. He was a good guy.
But
They
this is what
check the boxes.
this is what I'll say to somebody that's going to view it like that. Anybody can be just good. Are they good for you? Like a lot of folks I dealt with, there was possibles. They never became what I would claim because they wasn't good for me. They was probably a good person. They're probably good material. Shoot, I'm sure they was good, attractive.
Right.
But they weren't the type that fit me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was just going off of that, I'd have probably had 5, 6 other relationships.
Right.
Only recognized 2 because I had 2 women who fit me almost to a T. Of course, it didn't work, but almost to a T.
Mm-hmm.
They were somebody where if everything was to set up right, it could have been more. But that's what I say to somebody that was like, "Oh, well, that's a good person. I had to try." No. Where did the other spaces fill in? Or did we just skip over that because they're the stereotypical good girl or good guy to be with when you're out and about?
If you guys was like in 22 minutes after hour, we're talking about what's good and what's bad in a relationship. Are you insecure or do you trust your spouse? And that's a tough question for people to ask.
No,
like I told people,
soul searching.
Like I told people, y'all not ready for this topic, right? Because again, nobody wants to say that I don't trust my spouse. But really, that's what it boils down to, right? In certain situations. Because again, if you're married to somebody and this grown man or grown woman says they need to go do this, honey, trust me, right? Isn't that what you're supposed to do as a wife and a husband? Trust that person? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if my wife came to me and said, because I have road dogs like this that will call you and say, don't ask me no questions, right? This is what it is. This is what need to be done. Yada, 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 right? And you rock with them, right?
Okay.
Come on now. You got them people in your life that you do that for, right? You asked, hey, they'll tell you, don't ask me no questions. We'll talk about it later, right?
Your wife know them too, right?
I don't care about the wife. I'm just talking about right now about just some of your friends, right? If they hit you up, say, hey, don't ask me no questions. I need this, blah, 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 what it is. You going to ride, give, or whatever, without questions being asked.
Okay.
Right? I have those friends. I don't know about y'all, but I do.
Okay.
So if I got those kind of friends that I'm not going to ask any questions and I trust them, why would I not be with a woman that if she said, baby, I need you to trust me, right? Yada, 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 whatever that may be, right? I need you to trust me on this, and I need to go do this. I'm supposed to trust her, right? Because that's my wife.
Do you know who she riding out with? Or
if my wife came and told me something, bro, Again, like I said, do you trust your spouse? This goes back again. Y'all can look at it how you want to. The situation is not always pretty, but if your spouse is that person, or the person you marry, you love and care about them, do you trust them? Can you go to them and tell them, hey, this is what this is. It may not look like it is, but trust me, I'm not gonna lie to you, baby. This is not what it is. Trust me, and I need to go do this. Will your spouse say yes or no for you? Or will you say yes or no for your spouse? I've tested the theory on both ways. And go ahead.
I think that's a lot of I think that's a lot of trust being flipped or given out.
Why?
That a lot of people may not be able to flex like that.
So how do you
have to make sense?
Why doesn't it need to make sense? You either trust me or you don't.
Either trust you or you don't, but it may not always be about me not trusting you. It may not trust who you hang around. It may not trust the environment. It may not trust the predicament.
But either I trust you to understand that predicament or not. Either you trust the person or you don't. Whatever they're going into, they're grown. Either you trust them or you don't.
All right, but I'm not arguing that. It's
Right.
just a lot of folks.
I understand
That'll lead to somebody getting real jaded.
Like I said,
That'll lead to
I
somebody
get, yes.
being really.
My point to this
off-put
conversation is, bro,
to people.
most people don't trust their spouse.
Most people don't trust people.
I don't trust people, but the one person, if I'm going to marry you, I gotta trust you.
Okay.
If you're my friend, you're my inner circle, I gotta trust you.
But that's where it speaks more towards Joe than anybody else that was dealing in Joe's predicament. Because a lot of folks that would have been in Joe's predicament would not trust people. That's why it speaks more towards you than it does a realistic situation with people.
I have a huge reason not to trust.
Huge.
But I trust I trust a hell of a lot, because guess what? I've been shown in my life, like a lot of people watching the show has been shown, right, that you can't trust people. But I've also been shown in my life that you can trust people.
Okay.
And so what I've learned is, don't let the last thing somebody bad did to you dictate how I treat somebody else. Right. So what somebody did to me, I'm not going to let that dictate how somebody did something to me. Am I going to make sure that I'm more aware? Am I more cautious on things? Of course.
And that would be somebody saying I'm being aware of whatever it is, because I've been the type of person, I'm just saying the person.
Gotcha.
But the person would say, I've been the type of person to be in a predicament where my trust got used against me.
Right.
To where I trust unconditionally and it was used.
Yeah.
And a lot of folks will notice patterns if they are going about it healthy.
Right.
They will notice certain type of patterns and say, I need to ask more questions. I can't just go off of the fact of, baby, trust me. Because of how it went down from many times of somebody saying, baby, just trust me. And a lot of folks, regardless, they can even heal from it. But regardless on how you may feel as the person saying, baby, trust me, you have to understand that wound, whether it's deep or healed over, don't take away from it still being a scar. And how they handle that, they're going to want to ask more questions so I can feel a lot more comfortable in this compromise where I'm going to have to trust you like that.
I'm going to tell you how I overcame it, right? When it comes to insecurity, not trusting people, right? Because it has started to turn me to be a bitter person, right? And put this big old wall up.
Okay.
What I started to understand for myself, and especially now, with my birthday being right around the corner, I totally live my life by this every single day. You probably will screw me over. The one thing I learned in life, what I learned in life is, most likely the person who you thought wasn't going to screw you over probably will screw you over. But are you going to be in a good space yourself to handle when they do? See, before, when somebody screwed me over, I wasn't in a good space. I wasn't able to keep moving. And when they screwed me over and then life was lifing, it became really, really bad. But for me now, it's expected.
You think that's a privileged position?
It's a position I work towards.
Okay. No, I mean, they don't take away from the privilege.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again,
you work for your privilege.
But okay, so let's make sure, like I said, for me, I clarify, it's a privilege that I worked for. And I found out what made me feel comfortable and secure with being able to trust anybody, right? If I give you that trust, their expectation is, here's this scenario. It's either going to go right, it's going to go wrong. I don't enter into a relationship or a business not understanding that. I got to be okay with both, nephew. Now, I got to be okay with it going right. I got to be okay with it going wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That way, what you did was not unexpected. Yeah, it showed me that another person had done it, but I'm okay by it because I understand it. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to hold you to that you're going to do it every time that you go out. I'm not going to hold you there, but I'm not going to be surprised if you do. But I'm okay whichever side you roll on. Joe Lockett is okay because I'm prepared for your worst, but I'm also prepared for your best. That has made me whole as a person. Because if you put all your eggs into a basket of a person and hoping that they never betray you, they will. Your wife or your husband is going to betray you at some point on something. They're going to make you mad. They're not going to tell you something. They're going to do something that's totally against what y'all talked about, and they're going to do it anyway. Everybody goes through that. It's how you handle it and how comfortable are you in your life to be able to deal with those valleys and high points when you're in marriage, right? And a lot of people is not able to handle those things. But a lot of people not able to even handle this conversation because you want life to be perfect, and life ain't never perfect. Everybody's talking about they got everything handled right now. Tell me you and your spouse ain't never had an argument. Let me talk to your man or let me talk to your woman by themselves, and let me see, are they truly happy with the way that the way they have to handle you? Do you think they're going to have that same conversation behind your back that they have in front of your face? Let me ask y'all a question. Do anybody wife that's talking to their friends or the husband talking about their wives, are these the great conversations that's had in the barbershops, bro, or in the beauty shops? No, it's not. No, it's not. They love them, but the conversations they're having about their spouse is entirely different.
And you expecting them to just trust them.
No,
because they married.
No, what I said is I can only speak for what I learned to do, and I live my life by now.
No, you're right. I just not want. Yeah. That's not what I'm talking. The other question, the initial question was, do you trust your spouse? Mm-hmm. It did also get over to, well, if you with your spouse or your person that you married, why are you with them and you don't trust them? We recognize that normal conversations about my spouse will tend to lean towards maybe I don't favor everything that they do. Not that I don't love you. And not that it won't even be some unconditional factor of that love there. Mm-hmm. But I have these things to say about you. You're expecting that person to just fully trust off of no word?
No, I think that person really need to find themselves. This would be my suggestion.
Okay.
Before you enter into a relationship with that person, love yourself, know yourself first, so you can deal with what's to come in your marriage or in your relationship. You got to be ready to deal with the bad part of relationships, the days that shit don't go right. You see what I'm saying? Mm. You got to be ready for that, because your wife, you yourself, you're going to F up. You're going to make a mistake. You're going to make a selfish move. You're going to. We all do. We all do. There's nobody on this world that's perfect, that's in a relationship, and you tell your spouse or you tell your man every single thing. They know every single thing that's in your life. You don't have one dark secret from your man or your woman. Stop. Everybody got something. But to enter into a relationship with somebody, I just would strongly advise, know yourself, love yourself first, and make sure that, whatever happens, you're going to be okay. Stop going out on a premise, because I think this is where people get hurt, because this is where I got hurt at. I went out on a premise, not just on trust, but that you was going to make sure I was good too, even though we were bad. That's where I got messed up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because the trust was cool, but somebody going to take care of you when they mad at you. Somebody going to make sure that you just as good as they are.
Few people are going to do that.
Few people does that. That's where I got hurt at. That's what I learned, but I wouldn't put that on another woman. My thing now is I would never get into another relationship where I'm not whole and she's not whole. Now, that dwindles down the number of women that I can talk to. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
Now I got to find a niche of women. Every woman ain't gonna be for Joe Lockett. Joe Lockett ain't gonna be for every woman, right? And then you go to the other part of the conversation, right? Is she happy and content where she is? And am I happy and content? That dwindles down another niche of women that I won't, I'm not qualified for. You see what I'm saying? So as you start to define yourself more and more and more, you're not for everybody. You have a niche of people that's going to be for you. And once you find that person, right, then y'all can start to work on the in particulars that, tweak here and tweak there, move a little bit here, move a little bit there. But I think so many times we go to the big stuff and find out the small stuff later and come to find out that you wasn't compatible in the beginning.
You think you could tweak trust then?
I don't think you can tweak trust. I think you have to have a strong faith. And I think you really, I say for me, you have to trust yourself more than anybody else.
You brought up a good word. So I think that's more what we weeding hairs on. I think that's more what we weeding hairs on.
We what?
Weeding hairs. Y'all used that back in the day. Don't do that.
Weeding hairs?
Yeah, that's what we weeding hairs on.
What's a weeding hairs? I don't know.
Weeding hairs.
Oh, weeding hairs. Okay. Gotcha.
Oh my God.
I didn't know what you I didn't understand what you were saying, bro.
Oh. Anyway, what I'm saying is what we splitting the ends on.
Splitting hairs.
Splitting hairs.
There you go.
Faith versus trusting.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to have a degree of faith that your person not gonna do that to you too.
Yeah.
That's if anything, it's probably half of your trusting factor.
Right.
The faith that the person I picked or the person I love or the person I chose wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you add because of this and this and that and that and this and this and that on to what you already got faith for. But a lot of folks, that might be something, and that's why I asked, do you think you can tweak something like trust? Because if you don't have good faith, like you said, what are you trusting for real? Outside of proof.
I think you can tweak the trust on your end as a man or a woman. And like I said, I'm only speaking from my POV, right? My trust in people became more because I started to trust myself more. I didn't leave my trust up to the person that I'm with, hoping that they would, do the right thing. Like I said, I go in understanding that life ain't fair and everybody would do what you probably think they wouldn't do if they put in the right position. That's fine. Again, my point would be, am I okay when you make the wrong decision and I don't like it? What am I going to do about it? And am I going to be okay if I got to make that decision? Then I can move forward with you. I'm disappointed. That's life. But I'm not distraught. You know what I'm saying? I'm not left out with my pants around my ankles looking like a damn fool, right? And that's where I was a couple of times in my life, where it wasn't so much that when you trust somebody, they hurt you, but then you got to pick your face up and you got to try to get everything put back together in your life. That's, for me, what's the toughest thing. Because I got over whatever that was, but where I was when it happened, because the trust that I put into you and I didn't make sure that my situation was better, that made me angry. But I really couldn't be mad at them. I put my trust in them in the wrong way. Not only did I trust them, nephew, but I trusted them with my life too. That's where I effed up at. Trusting you and you betrayed me, I'm okay with that. But when I trust you and then I'm trusting you with my life, that's where you get in trouble. That's why I said I would never put myself in a situation with any woman where this here will ever be bothered. You can come and go, wife, girlfriend, fiance, whatever. But this right here, I'm going to always be okay. Go ahead.
That might be where stubborn to a fault actually work in your favor. Because that's all I heard from now that you stubbing to a plus in this point. Because a lot of folks have been in that predicament where they got embarrassed and they fell on their face, and now they got to pick themselves back up.
Yep.
And everybody else seen them fall on their face, which would probably be another degree, depending on how you feel as a person, of even more embarrassment.
Mhm.
You're the type of dude that still go back and do something like that for somebody else. And a lot of other folks won't even give someone the placemat to even try to do that again.
Yeah, because
Sometimes it only take once
It
in
does,
a certain type of
but-
way for somebody to where they'll never break
but
on
she
that
didn't.
again.
But you know, this is the way I look at it. You didn't do that to me. I allowed the other person to do that to me because of the way I.
See how you just rationalized it though?
Go ahead.
Eerily, they'll say the same thing.
Okay.
Eerily, they'll say the same thing. It wasn't that you did it, I allowed it.
Yes.
So now I won't allow that again.
And you don't have to. But
But that's what I'm saying.
But I don't have to punish the new person because of what I allowed.
And
I just have to be a better person for the new person that's coming into my life, because life is so beautiful. Every day comes up and it may seem like it's the same thing over and over, morning, noon, and night, right?
Mhm.
But each day they will bring a different perspective for every single person, every single day. Something different happens for you every single day. Think about that, right? So if life brings a different perspective every single day, why wouldn't I think there's a whole new person not going to bring a whole different perspective to my life? You can see patterns. But Linda and Jill and Jane gonna be all different women. They're women, but they need to be all treated equally and let them make their impression on me in their own fashion.
Okay. I agree with that. What do you say to the person and say, it's not so much that I'm blaming them as it is I'm making sure I don't do that again.
Yeah. But
Because a lot of folks would say, I don't want it to seem like I'm punishing you. And the only way you would know I'm punishing you is if you was given the right to do that and I took it away. For me, it's me being safer as me as a person than not to even allow that type of trusting.
you know something? I found myself punishing women for what had happened to me before.
Okay.
And I didn't like that guy. I really did. He was a horrible guy because the conversation, and some of y'all know what I'm talking about, goes to, well, I ain't gonna never let this blah, blah, blah when you're talking to somebody happen to me again. Right. And the person sitting there in front of you saying, what the hell are you talking about? I didn't do it. But you always find yourself defending or making a statement about to the person that you're with or the person you're talking to. I ain't gonna never let this happen to me again. I've seen this before, some. And it's like they're living a revisionist history with you. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell when you're talking to somebody that they're past their pain and grief, but they're not ready to move forward because they still going to bring that emotion that they still grappling with, that anger. They're still going to bring that part to the relationship with you, with them. And it's going to be imposed upon you. And you got to be careful of that. Like I said, they completely over the other person. They good. But certain things you start to see how they move and how they act and how they talk. It goes, this protection mechanism comes up, right? But which you didn't have anything to do with. But it comes up so big and pertinent in the conversation. You be like, whoa, you still griping and you still mad that happened to you, and you haven't found a way to, and I'm not gonna say heal, but you haven't found a way to make yourself happy after all this has happened to you. I used to be that person. But you got to find your own answers. You can't, a lot of people go dating and you go out on a tear to say that whoever the man you find is going to, capitulate to what you want them to do. You're not healed. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to look into these cameras. Your ass is not healed. Right? No one needs to bow down to Joe Lockett. Right? When I meet a woman, I need to meet her. Either we click or we don't. And she asks me particulars, I would tell her. But let's just have the conversation. Let's just spend some time. Let's see what's going on. But to go through this rules that most people do and give this speech about what ain't gonna happen and what they didn't went through and all this other stuff, man, I don't give a damn about all that because I gotta tell a person this is what I tell women all the time, nephew. I'm Joe Lockett. What I bring to the table ain't gonna be a damn thing, ain't gonna be nothing near to what he did. I may be worse than him, I may be better, but what I'm gonna bring to the table for you, baby, is Joe Lockett. At the end of the day, do you want to see what I bring? Cool. If not, I understand. I'm not trying to do anything more, anything less. I'm just going to be me, and I hope you're going to, be yourself. You don't have to get dressed up all the time. You know what I'm saying? Put on some blue jeans, put on a shirt, some sneakers. Let's hang out. Because that's the woman I got to deal with if I'm going to be with you. I don't need to see you all bouged up. I don't need to see you at your best. Put on some blue jeans, put on some shorts. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get to know one another. All this other hyperbole that we all be talking about, in my humble opinion, is BS. But if that works for you, that's the dressing that you need to get into a relationship, go for it. I don't need all that. Because it's this little thing somebody sent to me where this woman took off her wig, her weave, took off her clothes, took off her skims, and all on the floor. And she was a woman in braids. And, you can have a little, fupa and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And the caption said, women wonder why the man don't love the true you. And it basically was saying that he never knows you, right? Because at the end of the day, when you go meet this man, you got on all this, the makeup, the lashes, the hair, and all this other stuff. Yeah. Some women will really got mad about that. I tell people, stop being mad about the obvious. That's the truth. That's what you do. That's cool. But on the other end of that, if I had on a girdle, had on a hairpiece, or I had on a beard, right, that I took off every night, right, and I look like this now, nephew, but when I took off my girdle, right, I look like Faison. Okay, real talk. Think about that now. I look like this with the girdle on, but when I get home with you, I look like Faison. I got this beard on, but when I get home, I take the beard off and I put it on the countertop. Right. So when you laying down with me, you laying down with Faison with no facial hair. How is that going to be for you every night? Are you going to be okay with that every night? When I'm walking around the house, that's what you see. That's what men be saying. Again, I'm not knocking it, ladies, but don't get mad when a man says these things to you, because that's his reality. And that's what they accept. This is why I tell women, truthfully, I've said it many times on this show, I'm going to say it one more time. Let the man love who you are without the makeup, without the hair. What do you really look like? And the biggest question I got for women and men that do all this other stuff that they feel they need to do. Do you love yourself enough to look at yourself every single day? Do you love yourself enough to go out in public the way that God made you, the way you are without makeup, with your hair fixed, with just lipstick on, right? A pair of shorts, a t-shirt, and some nice sneakers. No eyelashes, none of that. Are you happy with yourself? That part right there, but Aquawoman, that's what I'm gonna tell you. What Aquawoman just said, that's what men want to love. If that's what that is, show me that. You know what I'm saying? She said, I need a man to love me on my worst day. Right? With my muffin top, my braided hair, always laughing. You know what I'm saying? That's what men want. Women don't believe that. Because women, y'all do all this other stuff. Yeah, we look at you, we give you attention, but that ain't who. Sometimes that's not truly who y'all are, and sometimes it's just a drastic change when y'all take off some of that stuff. Sometimes, but anyway, I told y'all some of y'all weren't ready for this conversation. I know this conversation made some people mad, nephew.
Probably
because the thing is, boil it down to: do you trust your spouse? Do you trust yourself enough to be who you are? Do you trust your spouse enough to let them be who they are? And even though the situation doesn't seem right, that you trust them enough that they're going to do the right thing if temptation comes. That's a question you got to answer here on our platform. It's a question you need to have with yourself. Conversation you can have amongst your friends. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Continue to watch the show. We got to get out here a little bit early because I have some things I got to do this evening for this birthday week. So I do apologize. So I got to get up out of here, y'all. So we getting ready to get up out of here. We will see you guys tomorrow right here. Same bad time, same bad channel. Y'all know how we do this, right? Jitem temo ashtamas liberty. What does all that mean? It means Denise. It means nephew and your boy Joe Lockett. We love you. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.
See you later.